to possible suspicious activity. And if you become a victim of identity theft, a dedicated US-based specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock helps you keep what's yours. Join today and save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code SMART. That's promo code SMART for 25% off at LifeLock.com.
Construction spending slipped nearly 1% nationwide in February due to severely cold weather. Single-family homes rose slightly, but lower spending on hotels, hospitals, and apartments offset those gains. U.S. manufacturers expanded activity in March at the fastest pace in 37 years. On Wall Street, stocks closed higher today. The Dow Jones Industrial's up another 171 points. Georgia's new voter integrity law is being criticized now by CBS TV and its parent company, Viacom, calling on Major League Baseball to pull out of Atlanta this year because of the new voter integrity laws. Please join me 3 times each weekday for my updates from the Salem Radio Network, right here on this station. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Well, it's a cold night coming down with clearing skies, gusty and still breezy and cool, but sunny returns tomorrow. Will be as cold as lower to upper 40s. Sunshine tomorrow, breezy and low 60s. Then we're headed down to the coldest night with this brief cold spell. Early morning lows 30s and 40s. Friday morning, starting the day, sunshine throughout the day, light breezes, the highs to a really nice low 60s. Beautiful weather for the weekend, sunshine to partly sunny, 60s.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed during this show are those of the hosts and guests only. In no way do they represent the views, positions, or opinions expressed or implied of WGSO 990 AM or North Shore Radio, LLC.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up.
It's time to join Clay and Huck for 1 hour of educational news and conversation. They will discuss the current events that you are not going to hear on the mainstream media. The left wants to silence our free speech and take away our liberties. Clay and Huck want to open up the lines of communication and allow you, our listeners, to speak about what America wants. Call Clay and Huck for open discussions at 504-556-9696, or you can reach them at libertyorlockdown.live. Now let's go live and direct to Clay and Huck for Liberty or Lockdown.
Hey, welcome to Liberty or Lockdown. It's good to be back, guys, after 2 weeks of being off. I needed some R&R time and got some rest and relaxation. But I'm Clay. Huck, you don't look too good today.
Wow,
No, actually, Huck is out, and we have...
This is Dave.
Out filling in for Huck. Of course, Dave's always and himself. So Dave is playing 2 parts. He's going to be Huck and Dave today.
I don't know if I can be a lady.
So we
Huck be a lady tonight.
Huck be a lady tonight. There you go. So, we have a great show coming up, and we're going to get right into it. We actually have Jeff Core calling in a few minutes, and we got some big news to tell you about. We have a few guests calling in today. Vincent with the
Recall Latoya
is calling in today, and then we also have Renee Manfrey from the What's Your Passion. He has an organization. He's going to be calling a little bit about that, a little off topic today of politics, but he's going to tell you a little bit about what he does and What's Your Passion. And so let's jump right into it while we're waiting for Jeff to call in. Let's get in actually Dave's numbers. Let's cover those first, Dave.
Well, remember, you can go to libertylockdown.live and click on the link at the upper right that says more, pull it down to Mr. Prentice, and you'll see the statistics I put together. I put them in a picture format because graphs are a whole lot easier to understand. You just see a nice picture. I went to the Jefferson Parish Council the other day and gave them these because somebody reads and says, well, the positive tests are 18 or whatever. That doesn't mean anything. But if you see a picture, you'll see the trend. So go to libertyorlockdown.live, more Mr. Prentice, and you'll see these things. The Louisiana average number of deaths per day, excuse me. Now, remember, about 133 people die every day in Louisiana, every day. While the deaths that are attributed to COVID is about 9. That's not a whole lot. And, it's questionable whether all of those really are COVID. If they are or not, okay. But that's not a real high death rate, guys. It's like, 9 over 130 is like 7% of the deaths. And then if you go with the number of positive tests, a few months ago, we were getting about 2,600 positive tests a day. Well, on average, we're getting about 270 a day, which is a 90% drop in positive tests since January.
Right.
So at least the governor has finally relaxed somewhat. He said you can open your businesses and so forth to 100% capacity, but the COVID, I think, will still get you at 11. Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So up until then, the COVIDs have agreed to a peace treaty. Oh, and also the CDC has made recommendations about schools. It used to be that students had to sit 6 feet apart. Apparently, the COVIDs have agreed to a treaty. Students can now sit only 3 feet apart. Okay, well,
right. And here's another thing here. This is something that what gets me is somebody needs, the CDC is begging Americans not to travel during spring break.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't someone tell the CDC
don't
to
travel.
beg Joe Biden to close the borders?
Yeah, and not let people travel in that are definitely a high percentage infected with COVID.
Correct.
Okay, so moving along, Jefferson Parish. Since I live in Jefferson Parish, the number of positive COVID tests per day in Jefferson Parish, a few months ago, it was about 350. Now it's about 23. This is out of a population of 484,000 people. So this is somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 positive tests per 100,000 people. This is not a pandemic. And then the number of deaths in Jefferson Parish, most days, nobody dies. In the last few weeks, we've had a grand total in 2 weeks of 6 people die in Jefferson Parish out of
Right.
484,000.
Exactly.
Now, people are dying of other things too, but this is attributed to COVID. And then Orleans Parish, this really makes me so irritated, the way the mayor won't open things up. A few months ago, there were about 275 positives per day. Now there's about 15. And this is out of 391,000 people.
Right.
Which is also less than 4 positive tests per 100,000 population. And you can go to libertylockdown.live and see the graphs that I'm talking about. They're in a JPEG format, so you just click on them and you'll see them. And then the number of deaths in Orleans Parish in the last 2 weeks, a grand total number of people that have died attributed to COVID is 3. This is out of 391,000 people. I think there have been a whole lot more deaths than that in Orleans Parish. And also, if you put together Orleans and Jefferson, that's 18% of the state's population. So it's pretty significant. As the metro area goes, so goes the state. Well, in the whole metro area with 875,000 people, we're running on average about 39 positive tests per day out of 875,000.
Right.
That's like 1 out of 20,000 people.
Exactly.
And these are not deaths. These are just positive tests. I'm not making these numbers up, guys. This is from the Louisiana Department of Public Health. So please feel free to go check this out on Liberty or Lockdown, the More link, and then the Mr. Prentice link.
Exactly, guys. And, the world's not ending like they make you believe, but, the world may be possibly ending. I got some bad news for y'all. This is Liberty or Lockdown's last show. We won't be doing a show anymore.
Oh, do we have any sad violins we could play?
Yeah, this is it's sad to announce that this will be our last week. We will be shutting our show down. And we just want to let you guys know that we appreciate you guys for listening, and April Fools.
R.
So no, this is not our last show, guys. I had to April Fool's you, and so we but I will tell you, it is April Fool's Day, and the joke of the day is the fool in the White House.
It's a shame we don't have some symbols that we could do a cymbal crash or a rim shot or something like
exactly. So it's one of these things, guys, that we don't need to do any April Fool jokes, and I got to give that to Mimi Couer, or Mimi Owens, if you guys know her as. She posted that on Facebook, so I got to give her credit for that.
Well, actually, if you need an April Fool's joke, just look at the latest clip of AOC.
Exactly.
Clay has it pulled up on his screen right now.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, AOC says that there's no surge at the border because children are not insurgents. And
wait.
I mean,
does she understand what the word surge means?
This woman just don't realize every time she opens her mouth, she just makes herself sound even stupider.
Wow.
And I mean, it's like let's put it like this. She just irritates me to look at her. I cannot deal to look at this woman.
I disagree. I think she's cute. But anyway, I'm half Latino.
I've had people say she thinks she's good looking. I don't know. Just maybe her ignorance make her look like the ugliest person in the world to me. Maybe that's just me because of her ignorance and stupidity. I'm not even gonna say ignorance. It's just that's just downright stupidity.
Yeah, ignorant is where you didn't have a chance to learn something. Stupid is where you did and you refused.
Exactly. And she is, yes, right. The difference between ignorant and stupid, we're all ignorant on things. But knows better and continues making the same decisions over and over, just like the Democratic Party. I got to say that. People, if you're a Democrat and you continue to vote for the same person that put you in slavery, that's just downright stupid. Well, guys, we got to go to break, but we're going to come back in just a few minutes. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll see you in just a few.
The Constitution is calling me to do what is right. Our founding fathers are waiting to see who will stand and fight. Stand and fight. I'm gonna stand and fight. The government is out of control. They're taking freedoms away. So send the message, I've had enough. We the people say.
Serving the Gulf South from New Orleans. WGSO, New Orleans News Radio. WGSO.
Celebrating 75 years, we are the community voice of the Crescent City. WGSO 990 AM.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier of Ringside Politics.
And Clay with Liberty or Lockdown.
Join us Good Friday, April the 2nd for a crawfish sale from noon until 6 p.m.
It takes place at Pacino's Coffee Shop in the parking lot, 5200 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie, Louisiana, near Transcontinental.
We'll be selling 5-pound bags for $25, 25-pound sacks for $110. Comes with all the fixins and live crawfish for only $2.89 a pound.
Place your orders now by calling 504-339-7041.
Join me, BJ Rust, every weekday at 6 p.m. for the Something to Say radio show. I will be joined by my friends Mike Henson and Ryan Landry. We will talk a lot of sports, music, current events, and everything in between. No subjects are off limits, and your calls are welcome. So join us every weekday at 6 p.m. only on WGSO 990 AM. Propel your business forward with a partner with 50 years of experience. When your business needs get noticed, call on the experts at Sir Speedy New Orleans. Print, signs, marketing, promotional products, and more. Together, we can do more. Visit us on the web at sirspeedyneworleans.com or give us a call at 504-586-9812.
American Ground Radio is headed to New Orleans, the Big Easy, the Crescent City, the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans, y'all. Every day, more and more Americans are listening on American Ground. Listen each Saturday from noon to 1 p.m. with Louis R. Avalone and Stephen Parr on 990 AM WGSO and streaming live at WGSO.com. This should be fun.
Hey, folks, this is Jeff Crouere. Join me at 7 a.m. till 11 right here on WGSO 990 a.m. for Ringside Politics with a Punch. We're going to be bringing you great guests. We'll discuss the latest hot topics and, of course, taking your phone calls. On Good Friday, enjoy a best of Ringside program. And on behalf of all of us here at Ringside, have a very happy Easter. And we'll be back live on Monday with a full lineup of guests, including Chad Rogers of TheDeadPelicans.com. All of that and more right here on Ringside from 7 to 11 on WGSO.
I pledge allegiance to this flag. And if that bothers you.
All right, we're back for another segment of Liberty or Lockdown, and we're going to jump right into it. We got a couple things we want to talk about, and one of the big things is, Latoya the Destroyer is running for re-election again, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
There are people that think she's protecting us. Oh, and I want to throw in one thing. All those numbers I was giving you a minute ago, they are the lowest since the whole thing started. Over a year ago, the lowest numbers. There's Vincent.
Exactly. Yeah, Vincent's on and actually talking about this. And let's bring Vincent right to the line. Hey, Vincent, how you doing? We're talking about Mayor Latoya the Destroyer Cantrell running for re-election. And give us your opinion on that and what you're doing and what's going on your end.
Okay, I have a lot of opinions, first of all. But today was the deadline for the recall. So sadly, we did not get enough signatures for that recall. But we still are planning to, on April the 13th, Tuesday, from 1 to 3, start doing peaceful protests to let people know and be aware of what's actually going on in the city instead of listening to the lies reported by the news here. And we need people to get out and vote. So we have to spread the word to get out and vote because, she really didn't win by that many votes last time, 17,000.
Yeah, less than 18,000, right?
Yeah, less than 18,000.
Right.
And that means that not even 100,000 people voted. If you split that up, that's only 85,000 or something like that for
Desiree.
Like
that. Yeah.
And so that's not many people.
Right, Vincent.
There's
I'm sorry.
100,000 people.
Go on, Vincent.
Yes, but anyway, I was just reading about her reelection yesterday and just now, and she had the audacity to say that public safety is her number one concern when we have murders. And the police just distributed a memo in the 7th Ward to watch what you're doing when you pump gas because people are carjacking cars.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And here's the key thing. She's almost out of office, but this is the one thing I was telling Dave right before the show, Vincent, we need to find a candidate that's from the city that can run, that's qualified. And we may have to find a Republican that's willing to switch parties and become a Democrat, but that's a good conservative that we can place that may be able to beat her. And that's very well liked in the city. And so we need to start taking efforts and pushing money and getting behind efforts, fundraisers, and finding a candidate that can run in the city to beat her.
We need a local Claston Bernard.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that he didn't win District 2, but he's exactly what the city needs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Switching parties. I feel like that's what they do. They're feeling the GOP full of Democrats.
Right.
So we need some of that of ourselves.
Exactly.
And I don't understand how public safety is her number one concern. Wear a mask, but get shot while wearing it because I don't really care about policemen in their jobs.
Right.
Really?
Cover your face up so you can't identify me.
Yeah.
The
numbers I was giving a few minutes ago, you're welcome. I'll give you those anytime if you want to make posters and so forth to show how ridiculous this is. Orleans is not under a pandemic, and you have 3 people die in 2 weeks attributed to COVID out of 391,000 people. That's not what she's saying it is.
Right. And of course, they make Jefferson Parish keep saying we got a high rate. They all saying it because the whole thing is they want to base it off of the number of tests versus the population.
Yeah.
And do it off the population, and your percentage rate drops by 200%.
Way more than that. 4 per 100,000 people.
Exactly.
Oh, and Vincent, give us details about this protest. Where and when?
Okay, so we're going to have it starting at Duncan Plaza and head on over to the City Hall, and it's going to be Tuesday, April 13th from 1 to 3.
Okay, and how can they get in touch with you, Vincent?
Well, they can get in touch with me through my Facebook page or the Recall Mayor LaToya Cantrell page by DMing me, and we can go from there.
Okay.
So on Facebook, it's Recall LaToya Cantrell, because I go on there frequently. Just search for Recall LaToya and you'll find it.
That's it.
Exactly. So, if you want to find out more information, go to the Recall LaToya Cantrell race, or you can find Vincent. Tell them how to find you on Facebook.
Under Vincent Milligan.
Spell it. If you can, for people like me.
Milligan. I'm also the moderator on the Recall LaToya page, so you can private message me there.
Okay, great. So private message through the
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger on the Recall LaToya, or private message him on his personal page, guys. Well, thank you, Vincent, for calling in. We really appreciate you calling, and keep up the good work, and let's keep this moving. And I'm excited for what's happening, and I'm really excited to see her get her butt
booted.
I agree. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Vincent. Thanks. All right, guys. So we have a couple more callers we want to get to. We actually we're throwing some things around, and we have Big John Mason with the Big John Mason Show. We're going to bring him on board while we're waiting for Jeff to call and give this huge announcement that we have to talk about. So, Big John, tell us a little bit about what you're doing on your show, and let us know, your listeners know about how you're expanding.
Well, I'm happy to announce that I've added Monday to my lineup.
Yay.
So now I'm Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. But I'm sorry you let your guest go. I had a question for him about the Mayor LaToya, because, politicians are notoriously inefficient. And
Really?
I have been reading that according to Louisiana Restaurant Association, Louisiana has lost 27,000 restaurant jobs because of COVID.
Right.
And that 18,000 of those jobs were in New Orleans.
Yep.
She's protecting our health.
18,000 divided by 27,000 is 2/3. It's 66.66%. That's incredibly efficient. Where are we, mayor, that can kill off 2 out of every 3 jobs in a sector?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, anyone we replace her with will probably lose less jobs.
Right.
And, if we're going to be number 1, I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's the way to kill the economy.
Yes. Well, that's what she's paid for by the Aspen Institute to do. She's paid to destroy the city. She wants to get rid of all the small businesses so they can come in and big business can take over. And they want to make the French Quarter like another Disney World type tourism. And it's just big businesses, get rid of the small business, and they're doing it in Jefferson Parish. They're doing it all over. And it's sad to see that, people continue electing the same old politicians instead of putting fresh blood in.
New Orleans is locked down for safety. I heard you mention, and I've heard the same thing, that a lot of people believe that LaToya is keeping the city of New Orleans safe.
Unbelievable.
I would like to point out that Jefferson Parish, which has the same restrictions as everyone else in the state, except for the poor bums in New Orleans, has a lower COVID rate.
Right.
Exactly. And a higher population.
And Baton Rouge, which is not a small population center at all, they've had several days this week where they've had no one admitted to the hospital for COVID.
Right, exactly.
But we have to continue to cripple our economy and keep people from putting food on their table and being able to pay their rent to keep us
say.
John, can you hold on with us for after the segment?
Absolutely.
We got to go to break. All right, guys, we got to go to break. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll be right back.
Hey, folks, it's Jeff Crouere of Ringside Politics.
And Clay, with Liberty or Lockdown.
Join us Good Friday, April the 2nd, for a crawfish sale from noon until 6 p.m.
It takes place at Pacino's Coffee Shop in the parking lot, 5200 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie, Louisiana, near Transcontinental.
We'll be selling 5-pound bags for $25, 25-pound sacks for $110. Comes with all the fixins and live crawfish for only $2.89 a pound.
Place your orders now by calling 504-339-7041.
Hey folks, this is Jeff Crouere. Join me at 7 a.m. till 11 right here on WGSO 990 a.m. for Ringside Politics with a Punch. We're going to be bringing you great guests. We'll discuss the latest hot topics and, of course, taking your phone calls. On Good Friday, enjoy a best of Ringside program. And on behalf of all of us here at Ringside, have a very happy Easter. And we'll be back live on Monday with a full lineup of guests, including Chad Rogers of TheDeadPelicans.com. All of that and more right here on Ringside from 7 to 11 on WGSO.
Cannon Hospice serves a 150-mile radius, including Greater New Orleans, North Shore, Baton Rouge, and the Mississippi Gulf Coast. With a dedication to providing comfort and dignity for those facing a terminal illness, positively and resourcefully, Cannon's team of professionals are committed to meeting the physical, spiritual, and the emotional needs of both patients and their families. To learn more, call 504-818-2723 or visit www.cannonhospice.org today.
Hi, this is Mimi Owens.
And I'm Jeff Crouere.
And we're moving on up.
Our show, He Said, She Said, is now moving to a new time, Mondays at 5 p.m. right here on WGSO.
Check out the He Said, She Said Facebook page where you can watch us live.
Also on the TuneIn Radio app on 990 a.m. and, of course, WGSO.com.
We're excited to be on Drive Time where we'll continue to discuss our local and national issues.
So join us for Lively
Louisiana Radio Network. I'm Brooke Thorington. Louisianans have until October 1st to get their Real ID state identification or driver's license cards, or they won't be able to fly without a passport. Louisiana Office of Motor Vehicle spokesperson Matthew Boudreaux says he doesn't expect the deadline to be delayed again, and this isn't something you can do online.
And that's why we're urging people to plan ahead. The deadline will be here before you know it, and you have to go to an OMV field office.
And some locations will require you to make an appointment. Jury trials can resume today in Louisiana. The pandemic placed jury trials on hold, creating a backlog of cases. Loyola University law professor Dane Cialino says without firm trial dates, most civil cases do not settle, and criminal trials cannot be resolved unless the defendant pleads guilty.
The threat of a trial date is often the driving factor for even a consensual resolution of these sorts of cases.
Cialino says it's going to take at least a year to get through the backlog of cases. LRN.
Are you a policyholder affected by Hurricanes Laura or Delta? I'm Insurance Commissioner Jim Donlin, and I'd like to help you navigate the recovery process. At the Louisiana Department of Insurance, we want you to know about your rights as a policyholder. You may have already filed a claim and received a payment from your insurance company. But should you discover additional damages or costs to repair your home or other property, you have the right to ask your insurance company for additional relief. The Louisiana Department of Insurance can guide you through the claims process and help you understand your rights as a policyholder. So if you have questions, call us at 1-800-259-5300 or go to ldi.la.gov. I'm Commissioner Jim Donlin, and that number again, 800-259-5300 or ldi.la.gov. If you need us, we're ready to help.
WGSO will be holding an online auction to benefit our 75 for 75 campaign beginning on April 15th and running through May 2nd. There will be tons of great items to bid on, including Saints and LSU memorabilia, trips, and much more. The auction will culminate with a 2-day radio-a-thon during the weekend of May 1st and 2nd. For more information on the auction and how you can get involved, go to WGSO.com.
Tim McNally, host of the Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show on WGSO 990 AM every weekday from 4 until 5 from the heart of the Crescent City.
Hi, this is Barbara Hirsch Napolitano. Join Tracy and I every Friday from 5 to 6 on WGSO 990 AM for It's Always Better with Bourbon.
Maybe your portfolio should resemble your dinner, slowly cultivated, locally produced, and sustainable.
Join us at 5 p.m. Mondays for the Slow Money Show, WGSO 990.
This is an important message on care for pets in hurricane areas from the Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. A disaster like a hurricane can devastate the lives of pets as well as people, so you can expect the behavior of your pet to change. Normally quiet cats and dogs may become aggressive or defensive. Recovery may take from days to months. Here's how to help. Check your pet for injury. Be careful with your pet as it adjusts to its changed world. Downed power lines or debris may pose threats. Familiar sights, sounds, and smells may be gone. Let your pet have familiar toys and plenty of sleep. And to prevent its escape, release it only into an enclosed room or yard. If your pet was without food or water for an extended time, give it small amounts every few hours. And as soon as you can, let a veterinarian check it for dehydration. This message is brought to you by the Food and Drug Administration in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All right, we're back, and we have John Mason on the line. And now, just while we're on break, we also have Jeff Guerra that called in. And so we're going to bring them both on the line. And, hey, Jeff and John, are y'all back or y'all with us?
I'm here. Are you sure the transmitter can withstand this much awesomeness? The three of us on the line at the same time?
There you go. So,
hey Clay, thanks for having me. How you doing?
No problem. We're excited about what's going on tomorrow, and you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, we certainly want to invite all of our great listeners to join us. We're going to be out there for the perfect time for crawfish, and that's Good Friday, and we're going to be over at the Chinos on Veterans, 5,200 Veterans. And we're going to be there from noon to 6. And we'd love for all of our listeners to come on out and take advantage of all this great crawfish that we're going to have. We're going to have it live, going to have it boiled, and all the fixins. And certainly it's going to be the right time because everybody's thinking crawfish when we get to Easter. So we're excited to have it, and we certainly hope we have a great turnout. And the weather's going to be beautiful. So come on out and join us tomorrow for our first annual crawfish sale.
Exactly. And so you can get boiled 5 pounds for $25, or if you want to do 25 pounds of boiled crawfish for $110. And that does come with all the fixings, guys. And then the live crawfish, it's come as you go, first come, first serve because of the cold weather. So that's they start at $2.89 a pound. The price is changing on us because of the weather. A lot of them are going in, and the crawfish dealers are raising the price on us last minute. So that price can change by tomorrow, guys. So please. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't a great way for people to lock in that discounted price would be to call in their orders now, right?
Yes. Call in your orders now. And if that's for as why they last, because we only have limited amounts of those, then we have the other size, the larger size, that's a little bit more, but we don't have that price just yet. But yeah, you can call it in at 504-339-7041. Lock in that price, guys, because if whatever price we give you today is the price you would get it tomorrow, even if it's 10 or 20 cents higher a pound.
Clay, ask me what people
we'll honor that discounted price.
Exactly.
So, if you have a order in with us, so that's awesome, and it's going to be a great time to see some of our great listeners and to, of course, have some fun out there. And
yes.
It's always great to eat crawfish. That's my favorite seafood, by the way.
It is.
By far.
Do you eat the dead ones?
They're all dead.
So hold on. Dave wants me to ask him a quick question. What should people do?
Be there.
There you go. He's our monster truck voice. for the show, Jeff. And but yeah, guys, come out, and if you choose to sit out, we're going to have a couple tables out there. If you want to eat the boiled there, we'll have in fellowship with us, and we'll have some tables out for you to eat with the boiled, and it's BYOB. If you want to bring your own booze or drinks, we can't sell any of that, but if you want to, or you can go right into Pacino's, and they sell beer and stuff inside, so you can go grab a beer inside of Pacino's or something, with your crawfish. So grab your
and of course, people can grab their orders to go and have their own parties that they want to get crawfish for, and we've got it boiled, got it live, so it's going to be something for everybody. And
right.
I'm excited about this, Clay. I think it's a great idea, and we certainly hope a lot of the listeners come out and join us, and have some fun with us tomorrow over there at Pacino's. We want to thank Pacino's for letting us set up there and have this event there.
And our crawfish guy, Dace, he is hooking us up, and he was supposed to send me the information, which we'll have for you at the next show, on how to get in touch with him, because he has some of the best prices in town. And if
he is the crawfish, he's our crawfish connection, right?
Yes, he is our crawfish connection. And if you want to know how to check in, just give me a call and I'll hook you up with him, guys. He is our crawfish connection, Days. And so that's one of the things that you can, do if you want to get crawfish for other weeks. This week, you got to order through us, though. And we also, I will have them on Saturday too. If you guys want to get them, we'll have them also for Saturday too, if you want to get them for Sunday.
So, and again, a lot of it is going to depend on how much we go through, because, the supply is not unlimited. So we'll just have to see, what kind of sales we have tomorrow. And Clay, why don't you give out that number again, just so people can, again, call you for that discounted price?
Yes. 504-339-7041, 504-339-7041. Guys, you can't blow my phone up enough for this. And it will be open. My lines will be open 24/7 till this thing is over. So you can call me at 3:00 in the morning. I will answer it and take your order.
Your commitment, Clay, is off the charts, man. What can I say? 3 a.m. in the morning, you're on the job working. Thank you very much.
Exactly. No problem. That's what it's for. That's when, hey, Jeff, as a talk show host, your job never ends.
Never ends.
It never
we're always
ends.
Either researching, we're booking, we're studying, we're on the air, trying to make the show better. Really, a good talk show host, never is off duty. You're always on duty. You're always working.
Hey, I mean, while I was on vacation with my R&R, I was doing studying and research. So it wasn't something that I didn't just do R&R, but I was able to relax while I was doing it, at least. And that was
I'm jealous. You got a whole week of R&R. So,
actually, I got 8.
Rub it in.
Hold on, 8 days, 2 weeks. I left the Thursday.
Oh my God!
And didn't come back to the following Friday. So I was gone for 8 days, and I needed it, guys. My brain was fried.
Good for you. Yeah. So now Martha's taking advantage of it, and she's going out, and you're holding down the fort.
Yeah, me and Dave. Dave is filling in Martha's shoes. I keep looking over, thinking I'm looking at Martha, and I kind of jump a little. No, joking, Dave.
Well, I'm getting him back from last week.
Yeah. I think Martha's on side of me, and I look and I forget. I keep waiting for her to walk in the door. That's what's crazy about the whole thing. The whole show, we were sitting in the room. I'm so used to Martha walking in. She's usually the last one to come in. I get here first, and Dave, she's gonna shoot me for hearing that. She's listening on the way up, but then Dave shows up, and then Martha comes in not long after Dave, and I waited. I'm like, I keep waiting for Martha to get here, and she's not coming in today. So it's one of these things.
Yeah, she does a great job, and look forward to having her back next week. But
definitely,
listen, I got to roll because I got to get ready for tomorrow. But just want to encourage everyone to come join us, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Guys, great. And don't forget, tomorrow, April 2nd, from noon to 6 at the Pacino's Coffee Shop on the closest to Continental. The
I know.
address is 5200 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. For more information, you can call us at 504-339-7041, 504-339-7041. Thanks, Jeff, for calling in.
All right, my friend. Thank you, guys.
Thank
We'll see
you. John, you was going to say something. I'm sorry. You was kind of low back there, so I did hear it. So what you were saying, John? Hello, John?
100%.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now we can't say that again.
Okay. Want to stress these are 100% Louisiana crawfish. There is no truth to the rumor that ship that blocked the Suez Canal was carrying those nasty Chinese crawfish for this event. There's no truth to that whatsoever.
Exactly.
Homegrown, it's the best.
Exactly. And this is homegrown. These come right out of Louisiana crawfish ponds. So this is, support Louisiana. This money stays here in Louisiana. So it goes from the crawfish ponds, which is Louisiana, to the reseller that we're buying from is Louisiana money, to us, which goes to the radio station, which is a Louisiana local radio station. So, all the money that it stays from our hands. Then when we give it to WGSO, it stays here in Louisiana. So it's supporting a Louisiana business.
And that's super important.
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I too am going to have to run, but as always, big fan. See you guys. I know people will want to come tomorrow just to meet me.
There you go.
Absolutely. I want to, and I've already met you.
Exactly. Real quick before you leave, tell them what time your show is. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now, right?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. And if you can't listen live, just like Liberty or Lockdown, you can go to WGSO.com, click on the podcast, look up the Big John Mason Show or Liberty and Lockdown. You can always catch an episode you missed.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Jeff. I mean, not Jeff, John. I call everybody
I'm
Jeff.
The pretty one, damn it.
That's okay, Martha.
John, thanks for calling in, and we'll talk to you later.
Sure thing.
Okay, so guys, we got to go to break. We're going to bring Renee Manfrey on. He's our next caller. We're going to have him on very next. So let's go. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Take that break, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Started shaking her fist and an eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
The wait is over. Morning Call is back. Come visit us at our beautiful new location at the corner of Canal Boulevard and City Park Avenue. Enjoy our spacious outdoor patio or come on in and savor the unique ambiance. Delight your taste buds with our hand-rolled sourdough beignets, our delicious French drip dark roast coffee and chicory, or sample one of our other local offerings. For over 151 years, Morning Call has been patronized by tourists and notables the world over.
WGSO, from the View Parade to Funchal Square, things have changed. WGSO, do you know what it means to love New Orleans?
Celebrating 75 years, we are the community voice of the Crescent City. WGSO 990 AM.
Atomic batteries to power.
Now, everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
May well possess. You recognize these clips, I'll tell you, you're in the right spot right here. And everything old is new again. WGSO 990 AM. Saturday afternoons at 1 o'clock where we talk all things entertainment pop culture. Tune in. You'll love it. Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, right here. WGSO.
Hi there, Cindy Clark here. Join me Mondays at 7 p.m. for dinner time table talk about good food, goodwill, and good news. Relax and get insight from well-known faith and community leaders. Together we can say farewell to 2020. At Table Talk, we'll feed our body, soul, and spirit and look forward to good news in 2020. Thank you to our Table Talk sponsors, Genduce's Italian Market, Shortstop Po' Boys, Sammy's Food Service and Deli, and Parish Coffee. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Monday at 7 with Cindy Clark.
Hey, folks, it's Jeff Crouere of Ringside Politics.
And Clay, with Liberty or Lockdown.
Join us Good Friday, April the 2nd, for a crawfish sale from noon until 6 p.m.
It takes place at Pacino's Coffee Shop in the parking lot, 5200 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie, Louisiana, near Transcontinental.
We'll be selling 5-pound bags for $25, 25-pound sacks for $110. Comes with all the fixins and live crawfish for only $2.89 a pound.
Place your orders now by calling 504-339-7041.
Tim McNally, host of the Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show on WGSO 990 AM every weekday from 4 until 5 on WGSO 990 AM. This is where we started. This is our home. We're going to bring you news of the wine world, interviews with wine makers. We're going to talk to people who know something about wine. We hope you'll join us. The Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show on WGSO 990 AM every weekday from 4 until 5 from the heart of the Crescent City.
Hey, we're back, guys. We're going to jump right into it because we have a lot still to cover in this last segment and a little time to do it. We have Renee Manfrey from What's Your Passion? Renee, what's going on? Renee, you there? Oops. Hold on one second. No, it's a Renee, are you there?
Well, Mark's been holding on to him.
Okay, we have to get Renee back on the other line. We'll hopefully he'll call back. We're gonna try to get him back real quick. Okay, maybe our phone lines went down. All right, so hold on one second. We're gonna try this one more time.
I think that was an accident.
Okay, somebody's out there in Radio Land.
WGSO.
Yeah. All right, Renee. Okay, I'm sorry. We were waiting on. I'm sorry. We got some dead spot there. So we got some. I kind of got hypnotized there for a second. So those lights flashing and stuff get you hypnotized. So do we have Renee? Okay, Renee on the line.
Yes.
Hey,
How you doing, Clayton?
sorry about that. We had a little issue there.
Technology difficulty.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what's your passion and what's going on.
What's Your Passion was designed basically to really just help individuals who have a passion. They want to do something. They want to start a new career, or they're stuck in their current path of what they're trying to do with their current businesses. And it's just basically a program to where we set different goals and help individuals through the process of setting their goals, figuring out how to move them through the process where they're going, that they're having difficulty with whether it's structuring their business, sales, marketing strategies, different things of how to grow their business, whether it's, in any different area.
Right.
So, you and I have been friends for a long time. I have several businesses, and over the course of the years, I've just come across so many people who I've either helped or worked with. And this COVID kind of put me in a situation where I said, you know what, I think if we can kind of go global with this and create a little bit of a community about people who really have a passion to do something and they just don't know who to go to, and they're just looking for that direction.
Well, we were talking about this just the other day. Everybody has a passion of some sort, wanting to do things, and but sometimes they don't have the money. Sometimes they don't have the resources. And we're talking about starting up a podcasting studios where people could do their own podcasts, where we'll help you get your podcast going. And you may want to promote your business through a podcast, and we're going to work with that. And we're going to actually joint venture with you and help businesses grow through podcasts, through promotion, any way you need. It'll be kind of a one-stop type issue there.
Correct. Yeah, no. I've been enjoying a conversation between you and Jeff on this, and I think it's a great opportunity and a great way to help individuals. Even what I've had to go through myself over the course of the years, the trial and error, the failures, the successes, the balances, and some people just don't really have a total perspective that when you're starting you have this great idea, but then you got to figure out how to get that idea to where it can produce that money.
Correct.
And then when you get into the point where you're that person and you're that person doing everything from selling, marketing, paperwork, phone calls, how to scale your business to where now you can have a team working with you. But then when it comes down to, like you and I have been talking about, the technology, it's difficult. If you don't know how to do the videos, you don't know how to do the podcast, you don't have the money to get the equipment or all these different resources, and then you're paying other individuals to do this or help you with it, it can get very expensive. So we're trying to put together a very affordable way, a very a streamline to where getting people on the fast track to get them successful, get them moving, get them producing. Because once you can make that your business where it can start producing income, then you have a good system, and then from there we can figure out how to scale it and help you with that process.
Exactly. So Renee, because we're running out of time, I do have another question after this for you. Is tell people what businesses you own and how they can reach you if they need them services.
Yeah, they can reach me by my phone number is 504-344-3317. That's my phone number. They can email me to renee.manfree@yahoo.com. My website is wypusa.com, which is whatsyourpassion.com. And really the different businesses, I deal with insurance services. I have different agencies in different areas of the city. I have my lawn care company, which we deal with a lot of commercial and residential customers around the state, and also real estate is my part that I've really been doing for almost 20 years. And I really help individuals either how to buy a house, how to get started in investment properties, how to sell a house, whatever they are needing, and anything with real estate or financing. Between myself and resources that I've connected with over the last 20 years, we help clients every month and moving to their dream pretty much.
Exactly. So here's a question, because we're starting a new segment today, and we'll start it with you because everybody has a rant. And so we're going to call it our rant of the week. And so can you tell us, in about 30 seconds or less, what is your rant of the week?
My rant of the week is really just finding out what you want and making it happen. Instead of focusing on the negatives, focus on the positives. I see that every day with so many people, that they focus on the negatives versus the positives. There's always a problem. You're going to have a problem every day, and no matter what you do in life, relationships, family, business, you name it, you're going to have a problem. Focus on a solution and figure out how to make it better, the better outcome, and really how to really connect and build relationships with others, how we can all help each other and serve each other is really the biggest part that I have a problem with so many people not really getting.
Exactly.
The more we work with each other, help each other, support each other, the more you grow.
Right.
But if you're trying to do it in your own space by yourself and you're going to have this negative, you're never going to grow. So
definitely,
my rant is get out of your own way and move.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Renee, for calling in, and we appreciate you calling, and hopefully we'll have you back on the show very soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So, Dave, what is your rant of the week?
Well, no, tell us yours. Yours is better than mine.
My rant of the week is actually it's two rants in one, and the number one rant is the Biden is housing all these illegal immigrants, but yet we have people who fought for this country, veterans, that are sleeping under a bridge in a tent. That's my rant for the week.
So when you say he's housing the immigrants, you mean in hotels?
Yes, in hotels.
Or by us.
Paid for by tax dollars. And so what's your rant of the week?
Well, my rant is that there's a judge that will not hear the case about ending Edwards's emergency declaration. He's put it on his docket for July.
Exactly. So we have Matthew. Matthew, can you give us your rant of the week? I know you've been waiting on time, so we're going to end with you. Mark, actually. Is Matthew on the line? Who's on? Matthew.
Who's on first?
Matthew, give us your rant of the week, if you can, about 30 seconds we have left.
Rude radio talk show host to keep their callers online for 40 minutes. Hey, y'all have a hat out tomorrow? Somebody come by and make a cash donation to keep y'all on the air?
Yes, you can. Actually, we'll have a donation jar. Yes.
Okay, that's great, because I'm not a huge fan of crawfish, but I'm a huge fan of Liberty or Lockdown.
All right.
Thank you.
And Dave's work, I've been looking at that on the Real Freedom Network. I think there's a Freedom Network.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can't figure out how to export it from there to put it on Gab so people can see it. I'm just like, this is frustrating.
We'll work with you on that. Get with me on the Freedom Network. You have my number, I think, huh?
Or see us tomorrow.
Yes, see me tomorrow. And
tomorrow. But I won't be able to talk tomorrow because y'all have this guy who keeps bringing these huge speakers and drowns everything out.
Yeah, who is that rude person?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Exactly. We'll have to talk and find that out. Well, thank you for joining, Matthew, and we'll see you tomorrow. And guys, we have to go, but don't forget about tomorrow, the Crawfish Bowl, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Be there.
He's got the red, white, blue, flying high on the farm. Semper Fi, tat on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag.